aka Picross. Picross, please. Hello, you beautiful people. That is so many money. Might be the
It's time for Mount Wario. I'm not feeling super great today, but I wanted to stream, and I figured I probably should stream. It's been a little while, so I'm gonna do some Picross. Thank you, Chip Burger, for the 5 months.
I had dinner of steamed broccoli and rice. Very good, smiles.
Hell yeah! Hope you enjoyed. Give me a sec. I'm gonna boot up the game capture so we can actually, see it and play it.
4 months already. Time sure flies, huh? I hope everyone has a nice day today.
Thank you, BlueYub03. I'm pretty sure I didn't pronounce that right, but thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. I think I still have Picross open from the last time I played it on stream for like all of 5 minutes. I'm not gonna use the hint roulette. I'm not gonna turn on the music. Options. Where's the sound? Where's the sound? There we go. Let's go with that. If you want to support the stream and what we do here, subs, tips, bits, that stuff, that's all available to you. Never mandatory, but, greatly appreciated all the same. There we go. Bud! That's what I say when I see my friend. Thank you, Raptor Flower, for the 14-month resub.
Hi.
Hi!
It's my birthday today. Picross is making this horrid day better. D.
Hey, happy birthday! Congratulations! Sorry to hear the day's not been super good to you. Hope tomorrow's better.
Hands you some soup.
I already ate dinner, but thank you, Void's Umbrella, for that resub. I appreciate it. Well, that one's done. Flag. Thank you, Medibot, for the 18 months.
Picross is famous.
Picross is famous. And it's here. It's back. After a long time hibernating. So you have to be safe. Thank you, Mist Heart, for the 19-month resub.
Picross on a grape.
Is that allowed? Are they gonna get away with that? Wrong one.
Okay.
I will turn autocorrect off. Thank you, Lana I'm Baby, for the 3-month resub. I appreciate it. It's too loud.
9 months. What is this September?
Thank you, Proger M Math, for the 9-month resub. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Abby Maru, for the tip.
Lunch been firing. Get ready to parry it or maybe take full damage. Either way, okay? Also pirated, piratical.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Moop, for the 14-month resub.
Picross come back.
That's exactly what I said when Picross left to go up north for the winter. And I was so sad, and then it came back, and now I'm happy again. Thanks for the resub, I appreciate it. Thanks for all the subs and the tips today, y'all. The numbers wise has been like a little down lately, which makes sense just because I haven't streamed as much in the past month or so, just because of life stuff. Thank you, Lesbianist, for the 14 months.
Yes, Picross return, also 14.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yeah, I appreciate the support. I'm not in like dire financial straits or nothing. But need money to live and all that, so I appreciate the patronage. This is like boots or socks or something. It's Boots. I had a cat named Boots when I was younger. Will not use the hit roulette. You're gonna ask me that every time, and I'm not gonna use it. Oh, no, not that yet. What have y'all been up to lately? Anything wild and funky happening in the world of gamers out there? Thank you, Evan Online, for the 6 months. Hope you're doing well, bud.
I did holiday shopping for buddies today, but I've got just enough left over for a friendly little sub. Love a Picross.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've gotten most of my holiday shopping done. Still a couple things I want to look into for some folks, but most of it is sorted at least. You passed your last GED test last week, so you have that now? Hey, fuck yeah, congrats! I've seen a lot of people saying, mostly Final Fantasy XIV. I feel that. That's most of what I've been doing lately, too. I've been in kind of a funk where I've been like, well, I don't really feel up to doing streaming right now, but I want to do something to keep myself busy. And you know, Final Fantasy XIV, the new expansion came out, so I've basically just been playing that and also working out and petting my cat, which is, I mean, as far as things you could do with your time, I suppose that's some pretty good things. But it is also pretty funny when I just kind of say it like that. Did I get the Peppa Pig swag yet? No, my sister hasn't come to visit yet. That's later in the month. I also don't know how serious she was about that, so I don't know if there actually is Peppa Pig swag, which is a very funny way of wording that. Close to finishing Endwalker, but Q's and getting DCs has kept you from finishing the last 8 quests. Oh, jeez. I hope, you're able to actually get connected, which is what I hope for everyone who's playing the game. I got to the, the level 84 quests. I'm not gonna say any spoilers, just because, you know, people are trying to avoid that, but I got, for the people what know, I got to the one quest that's like, oh, okay, well, that sure is wild what we did. Thank you, Brady, for the raid. Hope you had yourself a good stream today, bud. I got to the quest where it's like, oh, alright, well, that sure is some stuff that we did. It's time to go back home. Because something really bad is about to happen, but I haven't done that yet. Because I decided, what if I just level Monk? And so I went from, like, level 58 the other day, and now I'm at 72. I'm having fun playing Monk, so I want to level that some more.
Dark Souls 2 has women.
That's true. It does. I seen him. Thank you, Mothman, for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. This would have to go here, which means this is R2. Thank you, Agi Bird, for the 18 months. Appreciate that.
Ooh, oh, it's Picross, baby.
It is Picross. Choose your favorite. I won't judge. Wait, you mean that's your favorite? Well, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I've really been enjoying Endwalker so far. And I don't want to talk about it none yet, just because, like, I don't want to accidentally spoil anyone. But, man, there is a lot about this expansion that I want to talk about. I really like it. I really like, you know, the sort of the themes that it's trying to convey. I feel like it's doing, like, a really, really fucking solid job of that. Which you love to see, you know, in a piece of writing. Thank you, Aperture City, for the 16 months.
Picross.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And, thank you, Other Child, for the 17 months.
This Picross UI is we ask in a good way.
It kinda is. It's much more fun than the bog standard Switch game UI, I'll be honest. Thank you very much, I appreciate that sub. And Walker's an insanely good dive on what it means to bounce back in life. Yeah, it's got, like, really, really... I don't know, I just like the message that it has about, like, being hopeful and, like, looking towards, the future and trying, like, not to be held back by, like, the past and shit like that. I don't know. I can't really talk about any of the specifics of, like, what I like about it without talking about, like, plot specifics, I feel. But, I don't know, I feel like out of any of the expansions so far, like, at least in, like, that specific regard, I think it has some of my favorite writing. Also, you know, for an expansion that seems to be broaching on such, like, a depressing topic, it is also, like, monstrously funny, which owns. It has, like, disgustingly good comedic timing. Which is, you know, comic relief is good, but also it's just, it holds up really well on its own. There's one specific bit that I did the other night, and I'm so excited in, like, maybe a month or two to finally be able to talk about it. What is hint roulette? I'm pretty sure it literally just, like, picks a couple of random squares to fill in for you. Something like that. Important message from your cat. Oikyo 9000. That's awesome. I love it when cats spell things. Sometimes Lola likes to jump on my keyboard and share a very important message. Usually to people on Discord, because I tend to have that tabbed open whenever she jumps on my desk for whatever reason. I don't think there's any causation, but the correlation is there, you know? There we go. Want to hear thoughts on things since I've been doing side quests and gathering while you've been plowing down MSQ? Oh, hang on, here's a tip.
I wanted to say a few things. I'm still post-ARR, so no big spoilers on my end.
Okay.
First called the Askins organization, 13 guys and the Sahaj in the barricade. The other thing is that while waiting for the queue, I've become more productive.
Hell yeah. Thanks for the tip, I appreciate it.
T-minus 2.5 weeks until P's reveal.
That's really scary, but thanks! I appreciate it. Thank you for continuing to dangle the thread of Peppa Pig above my head. Keeps me humble. But yeah, one thing that has been neat about, you know, doing a bunch of the crafting and gathering quests while going through, like, the main story is that, like, there are some little bits where it's like, oh, here's, like, some items that have, like some interesting item descriptions, and I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking, like, oh, that has some implications given what the story's talking about so far, doesn't it? Also, that was a dice. Or I guess one die. Die. Oh! Well, I did what it asked. There we go. Well, the 2 can't go there, which means this goes there.
Numbers.
Game of numbers, and you can see them. Thank you, Gracious Victory, for that. 19-month resub, my goodness. Thank you very much. yeah, I forgot I suggested Picross to you. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. It's a good way to keep the, you know, the mind and the fingers busy when you're not feeling so great. I like little logic puzzles like that. I've been getting a little bit into Sudoku lately, and I remember earlier in the year, in the summer, when the air conditioning in my house like fucking beefed it in the middle of a heat wave, and it was just like, oh, this is miserable. I'm miserable right now. I literally was just like, okay, I'm gonna blast my fan on maximum right now, and just play like hours and hours of fucking Sudoku in like a fugue state to like keep myself from losing my mind. That was fun. Be fun is the wrong word for that, but it was interesting. Interesting to explore the depths of what the human mind is capable of when you have nothing to do but think about Sudokus while trying not to boil alive. Ever want a puzzle game that'll drive you mad? Recommend The Witness. The Witness seems interesting. Jonathan Blow is a complete piece of shit, and so I kind of don't really want to play his video game very much. Dude is absolute garbage. Like, horrible, horrible human being, unfortunately. And on the one hand, it's like, well, you know, the fact that he's kind of a shit dude doesn't necessarily mean that a puzzle game is inherently going to reflect, like, his ideals. On the other hand, do I really necessarily want to support him and what he does when there is, like, a lot of other puzzle games out there? Because I got a lot of puzzle games I could play. I'm playing one of them right now. It's Picross. Let's see, this goes here. There we go. Like, there's, what's a good game? A good puzzle game that seems like it was made by a neat person. I have to look up what the name of it was. There we go. It's, Sunshine Heavy Industries, which is, a little puzzle game about being, like, a spaceship engineer, which is one that I've been wanting to play for a little bit. And the developer seems very nice. One of them hit me up and was like, oh, I just realized you actually do streams of puzzle games. Would you be interested in owning my game? And I was like, it's very nice of you to offer. I've already bought it, though. I already bought it because I was already interested in it. So I'm probably going to play that at some point. Seems like a neat little time. Opus Magnum. That's the one that's made by, what's his name? What's the name of the dev that did Opus Magnum? I'm forgetting what their name is. They did Space Cam and stuff like that. Zachtronics, that was it. Also, yeah, Lillibri is in Sunshine Heavy Industries. If you want to see Lillibri, my friend Lillibri the fairy. Pedal Crash is another puzzle game made by a good person. This has gone from me trying to muse about something that's on my mind sometimes to just me thinking about cool puzzle games made by people that are cool. I want to play more Pedal one of these days. I want to get back into it and try and, like, see if I can do the higher difficulty single-player story stuff. I tried that a little while ago and then hit like a brick wall and was like, I'm gonna try this again some other time. And then, you know, got sidetracked doing other... That's 10 gift subs. Thank you very much, Mir and Mary. That's very, very generous of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Every time that alert happens, I'm always like, what the fuck? I forgot about that alert. and it always scares me. I've gotten very good at jump scaring myself over the course of my streaming career, which is maybe not so much an illustrious, accolade. Thank you, it's P-Pants, for the 18 months. Since you asked, there we go. Thank you, Bubbas. Bubbas. And thank you for that anonymous gift sub. I missed who that was going out to, but I do appreciate that, and I'm sure they do too. Thank you, Cool Ranch Orangutan. Maybe my favorite flavor of orangutan.
The joy of the little guys Picross creates.
I do like to see the little guys, it's true. One of my favorite parts of the day. And thank you, Bunsig, for that brand new sub. I appreciate that. Orangutan that leaves orange dust on everything it touches. Ugh. The idea of an orangutan just shedding like flavored dust is terrifying. Hey, Weaker. I'm feeling not too hot today, but I'm having fun playing some Picross, so that's been nice. Hope you're doing well today. I briefly saw you post about some good news this morning. At least I think it was this morning, if I remember right. My sense of time lately has been especially bad. 'Tis what it is. Compass? Compass. Got your dose today? Fuck yeah! That is the good shit you love to hear. Didn't know your name was so funny? Yeah, that's what they all say, you jokester. There we go, like that. You would parry the orangutan? You see, that's very presumptuous of you to assume you could perfectly parry an orangutan. You know not the strength. You know not their fortitude.
Oh yeah, it is Picross in here.
Thank you, Sleepy Cricket, for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. This one's a 2, which means this is a 1 here. Here's another 2. I'm really liking the soundtrack in this Picross-esque game so far. Exactly, the orangutan can flash step. The orangutan might have mastered instant transmission. Most of them have.
Time to do the Doritorangatango.
Thank you, Ratquing, for the tip. I appreciate it. Think you could reasonably beat an orangutan in hand-to-hand combat? Get real! Think again. Come on, now. Real fucking immature. No fucking way. I think I just invented a new type of guy who's just, like, fucking incredulous about people thinking they could beat an orangutan in a fight. This is awesome. I've just come back from another long, hard day in the Guy's Forge, and we've got a new one. It's reinforced. It's got a carbon steel alloy. Everyone's gonna be clamoring for one this holiday season. Keep it away from an orangutan, though. Uh-oh. green. Oh, it's a fava bean. Okay. Sure. Playing Zoo Tycoon and you're gonna make an orangutan exhibit because of this conversation? Awesome.
Hey guys, I rank animals I can beat in a fist fight.
The idea of someone being like, oh, here's all the animals I can beat in a fist fight, and it's all just things like, you know, fish, slugs, earthworm. Arguably a termite. Debatable, but...
Fuck you, Picross, baby.
The TTS read that as fuck you, and at first I thought you were like, facetiously as a joke, but I thought you were like getting mad at me about saying that you could fist fight a termite. Great. Most of the animals you can beat in a fist fight are the ones that don't have fists of their own to fight back with, it turns out. And so the rich get richer. And so the rich get to Richard. And they kick his ass. And it's really sad how it happened. Thank you, it's Pea Pants. We're giving a gift sub out to Fishy Friend. I just realized I know, like, next to nothing about keeping fish as pets. I don't know why I started thinking about that. Let's see. This would have to go here as well, which means this is our 2. Was Automod getting mad about the word baby? It's been doing some, like, especially whack shit, even for Automod, lately. God, what was the other day that it was getting mad about? I don't remember what the word was, but it was, like, something, like, completely innocuous. Not even dinosaur. Not even, like, it normally gets mad at dinosaur. Thank you, A Strange Night Indeed, for the 16-month resub.
Oh, hey.
Hi. I appreciate that. I did just see someone in chat very briefly say, fish can't drown, which means they can never die. Which is an awesome thought. This isn't one, so I'll cross this off, and this goes here. This will go here. This looks like a fruit. Type of statement made in the Roman forums. I like to think sometimes about, like, what kind of dumb shit could I say that would sound, overbearingly wise if it was in the context of, like, an old Greek philosopher. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of something I could say, like, you know, crustaceans look like wood on their shells sometimes, which means that, they come from the earth. They grow from seeds, and that's why their eggs are round. It's all connected. They truly were just throwing things at the wall and seeing what stuck back in the forum, weren't they?
This is how many birds there can be, many more than is perceivable.
That's fucked. You can't be serious. Thank you, Sophie Steak, for the resub. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. This This would have to be a 1. Which means our 3 would have to go here somewheres. I just realized what this music is making me think of. It sounds kind of like Bugsnax. There's a couple tracks in Bugsnax that sound a little bit like this. Which is kind of wild. Oh, I just realized this has to be filled in. It also does sound a little bit like an old Wii Channel song, doesn't it? It's like kind of a cross between those, which is kind of wild thinking about just like, oh, what if Bugsnax was a Wii app instead of a video game, which, you know, it couldn't be because it's a video game, but this is the shit that haunts me. Every day it haunts me. And there's no escape. It's this bit specifically with the synth. I think if Bugsnax was a Wii channel, it would be like the nutrition channel, and it would give you like up-to-date recall information about like pork and bean products. And, you know, other products too, but those are the ones that immediately came to mind as the funniest thing I could say. I need a drink. What if you could just eat a Nintendo Wii? The good news is you can. You can eat anything. The bad news is you shouldn't. You should not. Don't eat a Nintendo Wii. Don't do it.
Wambus Troubleham.
Thank you, Wambus Troubleham. For the Wambus Troubleham. Like the guy that keeps eating planes? You've just made me remember the guy that keeps eating planes, so... Thanks for that, I suppose. I have not thought about this Guinness Book of World Records ass guy in, like, years. Yes, that is the French dude, I think. Thank you, it's P-Pants, for giving a gift sub out to Bugsnax. Love the way I talk and enunciate stuff. Thanks. That's just the way I talk, I suppose. I've gotten that comment a lot, and I never really know how to react other than just like, thanks, I'm like this. This would have to go here. Retreat. This would go here. I suppose Bugsnax is getting that update someday soon, isn't it? My voice is pretty? Oh, thank you. I've been, I feel like I've been in a weird spot vocally. I feel like my, like, not even in like an, oh, I'm unhappy about my voice kind of thing, but like, I had a moment the other day, very recently, where I had like listened to something, like an old recording of myself, and I was just kind of like, wow. Well, I sound very different from that, and then I like heard something that was a little more recent, and it was like, well, I even sound pretty different from that now. There's not really any sort of conclusion to this story other than, huh, weird. Why do French people eat so many fucked up things? You clearly don't live in France, do you? these have to be connected. It's all they have there? That wasn't what I was trying to angle for, but I like that one better. Clearly you don't live in France is the new meme. I'm calling it now. It's gonna be the hot new sensation that's sweeping the nation. Let's go with that. Right? Hang on. No. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2. 1, 2, space 1, 2. This one. There we go. This would go here. There we go. Man, I've had the music from the new FF14 expansion, just like the overworld music when you're in Charlian, stuck in my head for a while now. And there's this one bit with lyrics in it, and I keep thinking to myself, like, oh man, the lyrics in this bit sound really nice. I wonder what they're saying. I wish I could look up lyrics or something. And I mentioned that offhand to a friend, and they were just like, "Don't do that. Don't look that up. That's there's big spoilers if you look that up." And I was just kind of like, okay, scared. You thought it was a cartoon bomb? I thought it was a candle. We are not the same. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they thought it was bombs. That's really scary. I'm really scared now. I am gonna cry now? It's like the scout from Fortress, and then he starts crying. And you gotta laugh out loud when he does it. I think sometimes about the Team Fortress 2 scout, and the funniest ways to refer to him is either Team Fortress 2 the scout or Scout from Fortress. That's specifically what I think about him. It's like two little Among Uses, and they're having a party together on the beach. It's a chair. You all fell for my trick. I got you so good, you have to admit. There is something implicitly funny about calling a character their name followed by their series name. I'm not super keen on it, personally. I think it's funnier to get it wrong on purpose. But that's just me. Like Ryu from Streets or Scout from Fortress. The friend worked for the voice actor of the Scout for a while, doing an animated piece for him, and all the voice acting recordings he sent in were a single take on a laptop microphone with the webcam on. Awesome. And here I am, fretting that my recording setup isn't, like, good enough to try and apply for more voice work. That fucking rules. And he could only do the Scout voice. I mean, hey, if you're good at one thing, never do it again. That's what they were all saying. It's Joker's quote. In the movie before he burned all the money. And then he had sex with Batman. I don't remember The Dark Knight very well, as you can probably tell. Know of someone whose recording setup is a microphone and a pillow fort? Yeah, that's a fairly common thing that I see a lot of folks talk about, is just, like, you know, if you don't have, like, a super fancy setup, you can literally just, like, you know, drape a blanket over yourself and your microphone to help with, to help with, like, echo in the room and stuff like that. Every time I've thought of doing that, I've been in the midst of, like, a really hot heat wave, so I've never actually done it. I think during one of the, I want to say it was one of the Until Dawn fan dubs. It was, like, it was hot when we were doing that. Thank you, Zombie Pretzel, for the 3 months. Eels. Appreciate that. And, Mar was like, oh, my recording setup is, kind of bobo, and I need to, like, do something to fix it. And then some folks were like, yeah, just, like, drape a blanket over yourself. And, I think it was Mar, at least. He did. And then he was, like, miserably sweaty by the end of it, apparently. Which is like, oh no! Dark Knight is the one where at the end Batman's almost gonna turn into the Light Knight, but he fuses his soul with another Batman so they can kill the Joker, and then they remember that he once lived. That's awesome! I remember it so well. There was that really cool musical bit during that bit where it was like, stand tall, my friend, may all of the Batman inside you find light again. I know, I feel bad that I scuffed that as much as I did, even though I was literally just doing it as a joke. I've been very self-conscious about my singing voice lately, and I only ever sing for myself. But thank you, Basic Warlord, for the 15 months.
That's a whole lot. Hi chat, hi Holly Tones love.
That is a while, isn't it? Thank you very much for sticking around. I appreciate it. Loved the part where Batman found all the Chaos Emeralds. No. You're thinking of Shadow, who was also in the movie. And I don't really know why. It's not his movie. It's Batman. This is fine like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rouge the Bat wasn't Batman? Yeah, he was the Batman. He's like, what, 3 years on T? Good for him. Or cross this off. This has to go away. This goes away. Oh, this one is all done, so I cross all these out. Not this one. Just these ones. So this can no longer be a 4, which means this has to be down here. This goes away. Here. This. This. Thank you, Diefed, the irradiated idiot.
Was in Mario.
So I have to look something up really quick. Give me just a moment to get, Batman. Which is, apparently this render is from Dr. Mario World, which is funny to me. Isn't that the one that they, like, shit scrammed? Like, it's like you can't play it anymore at all because they took the service offline or whatever. You can no longer play as Dr. Bat. I was kind of enamored with the Dr. Mario mobile game. Not because, like, I thought it was a particularly good mobile game. I think Dr. Mario's an alright puzzle game. But I never played it. The mobile version, at least. But I really admired their dedication to making fucking everything in the Mario universe into a doctor. Literally everything. This looks a bit like a goose, but I don't think it is. It's a spatula. If you thought it was a goose, then you got tricked, including me. But I've never been tricked before, so it's okay. Dr. Baby Wario is a classic. Imagine you go, to a doctor's office, and... This is a joke that fucking everyone is told when they think about this video game, and I claim no amount of originality here, but, I'm just fondly imagining, going to, like, a doctor's office, and, you're like, oh, I'm dealing with, like, severe abdominal pain, and it just started very suddenly, I don't know what it is, but it's very much irregular, like, I'm worried, I need to see a specialist about this, and you get to the office, and it's just a baby. Like, fully an infant, in diaper, fully ready at any given moment, as soon as the alarm is struck, to poo their pants, because that's what a baby loves to do. And they look at you, and they're like, "You have a sore tummy? That's awful! We're gonna have to pick you up and burp you. Then we're gonna need to amputate." I think about that and I just smile serenely. This is all what's happening. In Mario's world. And no one's able to stop it. Oh yeah, I forgot! Dr. Baby Wario is based on Baby Wario from Yoshi's Island DS, so his whole thing is that he just has a giant fucking magnet. And he uses his giant fucking magnet to, I don't know, get the metal viruses out of your blood? That famous thing that viruses are made out of, you know, pure solid metallic metal? Pure solid magnetic metal, rather? I suppose metal's always metallic. Every appointment you have with Dr. Baby Wario is an MRI, whether you like it or not. You don't get a choice. This one is 10, so it has to be all of it. This one is 9, so it has to be most of it. There, not there. There we go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. These have to be connected. 2. What are my thoughts on Sudoku? I talked about this briefly earlier. I think Sudoku's alright. I'm not as into Sudoku as I am into Picross, but I mean, I like it. I just do more Picross, so I'm better at Picross. Which enables me to do more Picross. And the cycle continues. And the rich get richer. They gotta stop getting Richard one of these days. He keeps fucking running away from them, and they don't get the message. It's fucked. This has to be 3 and 1. I love thinking about Morshu, the shopkeeper from the Zelda CDI, and he's going, "Come back when you're little, Richard." And I like when he says that. This is looking like a little house that you keep, like, tools in. It's a little tool house. Oh, this is... Why did I do that? There we go. There we go! That's where tools live. Also, this one was Swiss roll. I forgot to say it. This one is 10, so you do all of it. This one is 7, so only some of it. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stream for tonight, but I'm feeling okay right now, so I'll keep going for a little while longer at least. There's a 2. I'm not really sure what else I'm gonna do with my evening. I don't really feel like watching the Gamer Awards. That's probably already happening, I think. I know I'm not going to be able to get into FF14 because of the queues. So I'm not going to be doing more of that tonight. Probably just going to read a book, honestly. Breath of the Wild 2 trailer might be there. Huh. I figured if there's anything that I would want to see on the show, I would literally just, you know, hear about it afterwards, so I don't need to watch it. I don't need to buy into Jeff Keighley's hype. I think it's cool that some of the games there are getting the recognition that they're getting, but I don't know. I don't really have much interest in the show itself. Man, I wonder when Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna come, though. I was just kind of under the impression that it would be like a while out. That's the kind of... Oh, also, it's garbage. That's the kind of game where I really hope they don't go with the trend I keep seeing nowadays of like, oh yeah, here's a trailer for our game. By the way, it's out like today or tomorrow or in like 2 days. I don't know. I don't like having that sort of dropped on me because it's like, what if I have other things I want to do?
Some food money.
Thank you, Frums, for the $30. I appreciate it. That's very generous of you. I don't know, I just always like having... I get why, like, a lot of devs don't nowadays, especially smaller ones, just because, like, sometimes trying to aim for, like, a specific release date, like, a while out is, like, really fucking hard. Just because that's how game dev goes, but, I don't know, also I don't really know how to finish that statement. I don't know, it just feels weird to me, I suppose. Oh god, the FF14 pizza emote, I forgot about that. That's... maybe one of the wilder, cross-promotional tie-ins I've seen lately, but also, FF14 was also the one that did, oh, if you buy enough Butterfingers, we can give you a mount that's just like a little plant man covered in poo. So... I suppose it's not completely out of the ordinary for Final Fantasy XIV marketing. What about the people that live in the EU or other places? What about people that just do live in, like, the countries that have Grubhub and they just don't have it in their area? You know? It's just kind of the nature of this stuff. It's like, years and years ago when they only did, Pokemon distributions, in, like, you know, like in a Toys R Us or whatever, like, that never came to Canada. I would see, like, posts on the internet of people being like, oh yeah, you could go to this place and you could get a Mew, and it's just like, oh, Mew's illegal in where I live. But, like, they're doing it because they're getting paid money to specifically do that there, I would assume. The exclusivity, comes at the cost of they get paid for it, I assume, which is why they do it. Once again, a Picross stream has gone to the conversational topic of man. It sure would be cool if money didn't ruin things, huh? Weird how that keeps happening. I suppose it's not all that weird, it's just funny that it keeps happening during Picross streams. What do we get? Frog? Frog! Frog! Post your frogs into the chat. I want to see them frogs. Yes, 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 yes. Post those frogs. Thank you, Mechanical Riddle, for the 16-month resub.
16 months.
Oh, no, take those away. The frogs are gonna eat them. No, 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 no! Look out! It's so sad, but at least the frogs will not go hungry. Thank you for the resub, I appreciate it. So one... Oh wait, no, I have... There we go. This button. There we go, that's what I wanted to fill in. There we go. Hey, Rat Queen, enjoy your new skull. thank you. Velocipedal acceleration for the 16 months.
16 moth polystram.
Are the frogs gone? Is it safe? Is it okay to have moths around again? Is that allowed? Are we good? Are we in the clear? I think the frogs are gone. I think we're okay. It would be, it would be so sad, ignore the sound of me typing. It would be so sad and messed up, if a frog were to appear and it were to eat up, all of the bugs. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh, it's over. I don't know why that's as funny to me as it is, but it sure fucking is. It's gonna eat all the flies you have on you at all times. That sounds like a problem that like a kindergartner would have. Like a kindergartner that just really likes bugs is just like, oh yeah, I have all of my bugs on me at all times because I love them and they make me happy. And then they just walk into like I don't know, it's like a cartoonish swamp with a big sign on the front that says like warning frogs and spiders. And they just walk in and they're just like, oh no! My flies! I don't know why I think about this sort of stuff, but it haunts me daily, it does. Oh, this one. There we go. Kindergartners are frequent inhabitants of bogs and swamps. Well, yeah, where do you think they hold kindergarten? Where do you think they get taught? You were the bug kid and it would have made you cry so much? Oh. I was very afraid of bugs as a kid. And then I grew up and realized it wasn't the bugs I was afraid of, it was the thought of getting touched that I was afraid of. And so now I'm not really afraid to see bugs anymore, but I am afraid of when they get very close to me because I don't like things touching me. And I wish I had the power to, talk to any animal, but especially bugs, so I could just tell them, hey, you're doing a great job. Could you do it a little bit to the left? You thought I was gonna say that I was afraid of the darkness in the hearts of man. I mean, I am, but that's not really got anything to do with why I was so averse to bugs as a youngin'. Ansem the wise type statement. I'm just saying, if he was so wise, would he really have been beaten by a child in clown shoes, his dog, and an angry bird? Not very wise, I think. I don't even know if he actually fights Sora at any point. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts, and I never will.
Yes, very unwise of you.
I've had a lot of fun lately just referring to things as specifically being wise or unwise. I think wisdom posting should be the new sensation sweeping the nation.
I think the internet would be a brighter place if we could all just do with a little more wisdom. You could take a carrot and put it into a bowl of maple syrup. And then you could cook it. Very wise.
No, most unwise.
I disagree. I think it's very wise.
Space 1, 2, 5. Also, thank you, Onion Bubs, for the for the resub. I was too caught up in the thought of maple glazed carrots that I forgot that, you know, you gave me your money. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Need a drink. You can drink gasoline, and you can use it in a bong. But should you? No, not very wise. Think about it. Measuring cup. Very afraid of bugs, but the other day in the shower you noticed a daddy longlegs struggling to get out of the water, so you scooped it up with your bare hands and got it to safety, and you're proud of yourself. Hell yeah, that's wonderful. Usually when it's like, you know, a time of year when it's okay for a bug to be outside, if ever I see one, I try to just, like, scoop it up and put it outside. Unless it's, like, you know, super cold, in which case, bugs probably aren't going to survive very long, in which case, I suppose, little man gets to live in here for a bit and be spider food, because I know there's probably a spider around somewhere. Thank you, Dropkick Slurpees, for the 19-month resub. I appreciate it. Here. 1, 2, 3, 5. These. So we go here then. Those ones down. This one goes here. Game has shapes in it? Hell yeah, it does! My favorite games all have shapes in them in some way. Which, you know, you can say about just about anything in life, really. What's your favorite thing? Does it got shapes? Think again. Everything has a shape. That's awesome. Once again, you are mesmerized by the beauty of the world, aren't you? Remember this moment. Hold it close to your chest. Close to your heart. I used to think donkeys were an illegal type of horse until I realized. This is like a baby bird, isn't it? Sparrow! Sparrows are cute. They're small and fat. They're so ball. What if a bird was a perfect sphere? That's what we got sparrows for. seasons go here. Already it begins to take a funny little shape. More animals need to be rotund. I think it's good when an animal shape is ball, but it's healthy for it to be like that. I think seals are great, because their ideal body is just to be so fucking fat sausage, and they wiggle around in the water. Seals are good. Seals are one of my favorite animals. Also bears. Bears are another good animal. Do you think bears know how much I love them? Probably not. And that's okay. You think my cat knows how much I love her? I hope so. I tell her every day. This is our 7. This is done. This is done. These go here, which means this is our 3. This is another 3. Here's our 5. Here. Guinea pigs are good little animals, aren't they? Guinea pigs are very cute. I like the noises they make. You know how sometimes you'll have like a memory that's like very closely intrinsically linked to like a specific type of smell? I have guinea pig smell memory from when I was a child. My, I believe it was an aunt of mine used to have a couple guinea pigs. I remember going to her place once in the summer and seeing and hearing and smelling the pigs in the sawdust. What is this? Swallow! That's what I do when I have a drink. But also it's the name of a bird. Makes you think. What does it make you think about? I don't know. It's not my job to know. Oh, 1, 2, space. 7, there we go. This is crossed out. This would go here. What's this? There we go. Birds are cute. Birds are good. Birds are a great animal. I'm happy when I see a bird. You know what they say? A bird in the morning. Sailor's warning. Bird at night. That's a delight. They're literally always saying this. I wish they'd stop. Never a moment's peace. Thank you, Inverted Arrow, for the 5-month resub.
Beep beep beep, I'm Chaz the bird. Beep 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 beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
I liked the way the TTS beeped. That was good, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Crows are pretty, that's true. I love blackbirds. They're very nice. I hope birds evolve human speech in my lifetime. I suppose like some birds have a knack for something kind of like that, but I mean like I want a crow to come to my front doorstep and be like, "Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, you having a good Thursday? Hey, that's awesome. Okay, I'll see you later. Me and the boys, we're gonna fly down to the park and we're gonna give someone a bad omen." Like, that's what I'm hoping for. You know, not quite the same as a parrot, but... There we go. I would love to earn the trust of a local colony of birds. I suppose that's not really something you can force, as much as just, like... You can strive to be a good neighbor to the birds and hope for the best, but... You know, it's like a friendship with a person. You can't just go like, "Hi, let's be friends. You are going to be my friend now." You gotta respect them. Just like real friendships, you also have to feed them frozen peas. For ducks, at least. And people. There we go. I think a lot about, there was this one picture I saw ages ago on Tumblr, and it was, must have been a screenshot of, like a Battlefield game. Someone joining a server. And they just, like, in the text chat, just type in, like, "Hey there, gamers. I'm about to eat a bag of frozen peas." And they instantly get banned. And I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot. If ever you've seen me made mention somehow of just like, "Oh, I'm about to eat a bag of peas," or like a bag of frozen peas, it is specifically a reference to that. Because I spend no small amount of time daily thinking about that. Who would ban someone for that? You'd be surprised, there's a lot of monsters out there in the world. Thank you, Funpocalyptic, for the 19 months.
Gets Picross.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate that. What's this? Oh, you can get infinite of this stuff, I think. I heard about that one. Pull these out. Here's another two, here's another two. Man, I spent like a significant chunk of my afternoon playing FF14, specifically just like running dungeons over and over and over to level up Monk. And you know that thing where it's like, oh, you like the Tetris effect, where when you like play enough Tetris and you suddenly stop, it's like you start seeing like the Tetraminos like falling into place in everything you do, and like in your dreams and stuff like that. I'm getting that, but for like my MMO damage rotation. Literally, I was in like a fucking fugue state, like I was in a trance, I felt zen. I was doing, like I would run a dungeon, and then every time I finished a dungeon, I would do like a set of exercises with my dumbbells, and then I would go back into queue, and then eventually I had to take a break because my dinner had arrived and I had a burger, and I was just looking at my burger, and I had some thought along the lines of like, oh, how do I optimize my burger rotation? Before I realized that's, not something you do. And I wonder what I meant by this. It's a pretty good burger. And now I'm just thinking about the idea of Picross having positionals. How do I up my Picross DPS? I saw someone ask how Monk is right now in FF14. If you're asking specifically, like, in comparison to what it used to be, I can't answer that. I only ever got Monk to, like, 50-something in Stormblood, and then stopped playing it. Because I wanted to level up other classes instead. So I have no experience with what it used to be, but just in the context of what it is right now, I like it. It's got a cool rhythm to it. It's largely about pattern recognition on the fly. Plus, you know, there's the sheer the sheer joy of punching God or maybe the devil in the face. So there's that too. I was reading up some like stuff about how to, like, you know, optimize your rotation, your openers and stuff, because a lot of the way that it works now is like, you know, you have your normal your normal set of punches that you try and like combo together. You try to keep up this one buff every 2 cycles or so. You have 1 damage over time. You try to do every 3 or so. Etc., etc., and then eventually you get the beast chakra, which is like, oh, if you do like moves of the same stance over and over again, or of different stances over and over again, you get to do a big blast, and it's like, okay, well, I like to do a big blast. And then I started thinking about, you know, how and when you should fit that in, and how that fits in with like all your moves that like buff your own damage and buff your team's damage, and moves that would like that your team would use to buff your damage and stuff like that. And I'm thinking about all of this because some friends invited me to be part of their raid static, and I've never done DPS in like a raid setting before, and so I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And then I looked up some stuff about you know, people that know a lot more about this this is a refrigerator, by the way. People that know a lot more about how to play this video game than I do, because they've spent more time playing this video game than I have at like a high level. And so, the optimal opener, apparently, for the class is at the start of the battle, You go as fast as you can to create 2 phoenixes. It is the double bird opener. And it's awesome, because you get to see 2 birds on your screen. That was very easy. Is this a Bible? It's a dresser. I thought that was the cross of Jesus on the front. It's not. It's not. I pressed hint roulette by accident. I don't want it. Again. There we go. This is connected. Here's a 4. It snowed today, and I was happy about it. I quite like the snow. I think it's pretty. And so I am always happy to see it. That made me smile when I woke up. I think it was snowing last night as well. I just wasn't super aware of it because I was busy doing other stuff. Every time I say, oh, I like snow, someone's always like,
Oh, but you have to shovel it. Oh, but the snow, you have to shovel the snow.
I know. I still like it. It's just funny that people say that every goddamn time without fail, basically.
You like the snow? Do you know that you have to shovel it?
Yes, I live in an area that gets a fair bit of snow. I know about living when it snows. This is dynamite. It's a stick of dynamite. Also, I do kind of like shoveling. I used to not like it, but now I kind of like it. The same way that I like washing dishes. It's, I don't know, it's zen. It's a nice little repetitive thing to do over and over again. Also, shoveling snow is a nice workout. Hey, thank you, Mesocyclonic, for that 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Just have a drink of water. Hang on just a sec. There we go. Yep. The thing that I don't like about washing dishes is completely unrelated to washing the dishes. It's that every time I do it, Lola somehow knows that I'm in the kitchen, and because she knows I'm in the kitchen, she assumes, oh, well that means you're getting food for me, right? You're getting food for me? You're gonna give me food now? Food for Lola? Food for me, the baby? And, she'll get very fussy and start, like, nipping at my heels and, like, pawing at me sometimes a little too forcefully, and it's like, baby, I'm just trying to wash the dishes, come on. She can be a little bit of a fiend like that. She was a very chatty cat today. She had a lot to say. Let's Spent a lot of time today chasing her about the house just to make sure she wasn't sad or anything. There's nothing sadder than a sad cat. And that's just the truth. These are also connected. There's a 2 and 1. No, 2 and 1. 2. 1, 2. How old is Lola? I'm not sure. That's a face! That's a guy! Hang on! Hang on! Hang on! New guy. But yeah, Lola is in her, like, probably mid-teens, approximately. She's, she's starting to get on in years. So I'm, you know, she can be a bit fussy and moody sometimes, but I try and, you know, take the time to, you know, spend time with her and show her how much I love her. I think that's important. But that doesn't mean that she gets extra food, necessarily. As much as she wishes it does. She's already getting extra food at the whims of our vet. That doesn't mean I'm giving her 5 cans a day as much as she wishes. This could be the one. So let's see, we could have 1, 1, 2, 1. So this for sure would have to be crossed out. And this as well. This is right. Yeah. Lola's so small, and she's never had food in her life, and she doesn't even know what food is, but she bets that if you gave her some, she would love it. And also she's so nice and she never ever asked for any before in her whole life. Love when she goes to the vet and figures out how to give herself treats. Yeah, they keep having to bring her to, like, different rooms at the vet's office that have, like, different jars of treats so that she doesn't just instantly go for them and open them up. Apparently they did find, like, one treat jar that she wasn't able to open, so... That's good, question mark. Oh, she's very, very smart, like... frighteningly so, sometimes. She's also very good at telling time. Which I appreciate, because I can't. You know how a lot of people will make posts about how, like, oh, orange cats, have you ever seen them? They're all so dumb and so stupid. Lola is, like, the logical opposite of that, in that she's very smart and also not orange. Which might be correlated. But I haven't done enough research on it yet. Go. This would have to be the one, because this is our 3. So this goes here. It looks like a snail, but it's probably not. It's batteries. It's batteries. It's not a fucking snail at all. It's batteries. It's batteries. Hello, Gato de Plastico. I like to think I'm alright at Picross. Let's see, a tube go here, one here as well. Am I too good at Picross? No. A, because there's no such thing, and B, I'm not actually all that good. These are just, like, the easier puzzles. I'm okay at them. I've just done enough of these smaller ones to get the tricks of the tricks about them, sort of thing. You know, you do anything for long enough, you tend to get good enough at it. I think it's important to stay humble, but especially about Picross. Picross is the most important thing that you need to be humble about in your life. More than anything else. Never forget this. 7. Lying is a sin? I think being gay and transgender is also a sin in a lot of people's books, so I'm already going straight to hell. What's one more thing on the pile? There we go. You know, it's not an inherent thing, necessarily to any one faith. It's just a lot of people like to use that to push their unfortunate views and all that. It's interesting. I saw, more of an anecdote than anything, mentioning that a lot of, I don't remember if it was specifically trans people or if it was just LGBT people in general. And I also don't remember if the demographic was people from a specific country or just like around the world. So, you know, take this with a less of a grain of salt and more of a whole shaker, I suppose, because I barely remember any of this because it was just a brief thing I read for a moment. But it talked about how a lot of that demographic apparently does consider itself to be religious, which is interesting. You know, a lot of people push the idea of, hey, thank you, Seymour the Llama, for that Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. A lot of people like to, push the idea that, like, a lot of faiths, you know, aren't inherently, like, exclusive to, LGBT folks, but, you know, it's always nice to to see people get some measure of happiness from their faith, you know? This is a spiral shell. I don't really know where I was going with that anymore. I just thought it was a neat thing what I heard about. Go, get rid of these, get rid of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 9 is all done. We have 1, 2, 4. This goes here. I was about to say something about how I realized I know a bunch of gay people who are my friends, you know, who are religious in some way, and then I realized that's less. I know a lot of religious people, and more most of my friends nowadays are gay people in some way. So. I guess this goes here. Oh, I have to hit the buttons so fast, or else they're gonna find me, and that's bad. What do we got? Ladder? Step ladder. You can use that one to climb. They're keeping a lot of Picrosses nowadays up and top like really tall trees. So make sure you have one on hand every time you do a Picross. It's really important if you want to start doing some of the advanced stuff like me. This would go here. This would go here. This 3 would have to go here somewhere. This bit's all done, which means this is our 4, this is a 1. Connect these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else? These are all crossed out. This is nothing. Here's our 2. Part of this song now sounds familiar in a different way that isn't Bugsnax or some kind of Wii channel. But I'm struggling to remember, like, what or why and how. It's specifically like the warbly synth bit. It sounds, I don't know, something about the notes sound like another thing I've heard before, and it's another video game song. I'm trying to remember what. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my night. Unless I figure it out. It's like, but like, it's a fucking, it's a Mario song, I think. It's like, etc., etc., etc. Mario Land 2, that was it, thank you. I don't know why that specifically reminded me of that. Been trying 14, but you don't think you can trudge through long enough to get into it? That's fair. It's definitely got a bit of cruft to it at the start that you gotta get through, and it's definitely not for everyone. But hey, you gave it a try, you know? I feel like MMOs in general are hard to recommend just because of, like, I don't know, a lot of them tend to be, like, time investment games. Like, you gotta be willing or able to put in a bunch of time into them, and, like, I don't know, like, anytime someone ever is like, oh yeah, this gets really good once you're, like, 3 million hours into it, it's just kind of like, okay, but is it worth spending 3 million hours where I'm not having fun to eventually have the promise of having fun? I had fun with the basically getting started through FF14 bits of the game. I know not everyone will, though. That's okay. I don't know, I've always felt kind of weird about that when people are like, oh yeah, just, I don't know, just keep putting time into it and it'll get better, and it's like, I mean, yeah, I could, but as far as I know, I'm only ever gonna be alive once in my life. I got limited time here. I could be looking at pictures of birds, which I like instead. Y'all ever get a friend into an MMO and they keep playing it long after you stop? Usually I'm the one who keeps playing things a while after all my other friends stop playing it, just because I tend to be, late to the party, as it were, with stuff like that. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross this bit out. Let's see, this is our 2, so this can go away. Hey, I just noticed this line here is 1312. You'll love to see it. Need a drink. Alan Wake 2's coming out 2023? No kidding. Huh. Well, good for him. I guess now I have a sort of general time frame for when I have to play and finish Control now, don't I? Happy about new Monster Hunter monster. Oh, did they show off a new monster at the Gamers War? Neat. Monsters, I know those ones. Lungaron, the only bit of news you caught because you're watching this and not the awards. I can respect that. That's specifically why I'm streaming, because I figured some people probably would want something to do that isn't the Gamer Awards. Like me. Doing this is something that's not that, so... There we go. Now this is when all the pieces come together. There we go. We got a round thing. All you're seeing on your feed is people complaining about how bad the awards are. Yeah, that'll do it. That's that's why I like to spend my time doing things I enjoy instead of hate watching. This one is gonna be big pile of slop on the floor. I'm calling it now. Getting my ballot in. It's gotta be this, it's gotta be that. Has to be. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Go, cross these out. 5, then 2 like that, that'll be fine. Or 1, 2, space 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be 5 then. Okay. Here's a 4. Cross these out. Here's a 4. 5, 6, 7. So this is a 2, which means this is all done. Here's our 2 here. 5 go here. Alright, let's see. You know it, you love it, that's right. I mean, I guess a sausage is kind of like meat slop in a tube. What is a tube but a round floor that you're inside of? If you think about it. Haven't had a sausage in a while. I don't know why I'm thinking about sausage now. I mean, I know why. It's because there was just a sausage on my screen. But I didn't think seeing a Picross image of a sausage would fill me with such, I don't know, fervent thoughts of sausage. So this would have to be that then, right? No, not necessarily. Imagine if they did Picross S32 as a Game Awards reveal! I like the idea of them specifically making a sequel to this one entry in the series instead of just another entry in the series. Now that would get me to tune in. That's the kind of big shit I can respect. This would go here, which means this is like this. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. This goes here, this goes here. This goes hereabouts. 2, 3, 4, 1 or 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these out. This 2 goes here, which means this is like this, and this is like this. This has to go here. Here's our 2. 4. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. What is this? Exactly 2 minutes! God, they sure did do Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2, didn't they? No one tell me if I'm actually misremembering that. If it actually was just Modern Warfare 2 and not 4 Modern Warfare 2, you don't have to tell me that. It's okay. It's funnier this way. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 5, 6. These are 7. These are 9. Here's our 7. Our 9. Our 1. Oh yeah, they did do that, that Master System, Picross, didn't they? What is the S for? I'm pretty sure the S is for Switch, because it's on the Switch. But it also just could be, like, Super, or something, I don't know. But it's very probably just Switch, but also, you know how, in Japan, some of the Smash Bros. Games are named, like, Smash Bros. DX or Smash Bros. X? I always just kind of assumed the S was like that for this. What is this? It's a mouse! Cute. Space 1, 2, 3, 4. This goes here. These go here. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and then 2. This is a random question, but does anyone here know how to play Mahjong? I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know how much of my demographic overlaps with people that play Mahjong. Wow, that's more people than I thought. Cool. Mahjong is one of those games that I've always wanted to learn how to play. It's funny thinking about, you know, Final Fantasy XIV, which is currently my main sort of, I guess hyperfixation is the right word for that, as it were, and also, thinking about the Yakuza games, which is another series I really want to start playing sometime soonish, and how that's got Mahjong in it as well. And I guess the common thread here is I kind of want to learn how to play that. Coat hanger? One of the most newbie-friendly versions of Mahjong? Yeah, I've heard a lot of people really praise, the Mahjong in 14. Being basically one of the best online game versions of Mahjong, which is very deeply funny that it's in an MMO. I've also heard some good stuff about Mahjong Soul, but it does have like a gacha game aspect tied to it, and I don't know. I don't really want to fuck with like gacha games ever. So even if, like, you know, that's an aspect of the game you don't ever have to engage with, I'm still like, yeah, but it's still there. I still don't like that it's there at all. Cross this out. And I know one of my friends, I think it was Freya? I'm pretty sure it was Freya, Polycement. She specifically learned how to play Mahjong because she decided she wanted to get all of the achievements in the Yakuza games. And then she realized, oh wait, there's achievements for all the Mahjong bits. Okay, I guess I'm learning how to play that. Also, there was, back when Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7 launched, there was someone I was watching play through some of it at the time. I think it was Ty Tuesday, where he got to like a specific point in the game. I don't remember if it was specifically just because he got to a point in the game where he needed to get more money, or if it was because he got to the part of the game where you just unlock Mahjong, but it was something like that, and then he just decided, okay, well, it's time to play nothing but Mahjong for hours and hours. And then he came out of the fucking hyperbolic crime chamber, like, extremely rich, and was able to buy, like, a bunch of powerful shit, and it ruled. Man, I heard a lot of good stuff about the Yakuza games. I really want to check them out sometime. There we go. That's, like, been floated around on my list of shit I would like to play for a while now, but, you know, haven't got around to it. There's a friend I was wanting to maybe play through the games with, but she is very, very busy. But, you know, the idea is still a thing I think about, so that's probably the main reason why I haven't jumped onto him right away. Story for the FF14 Mahjong guys, that it was the best online client for Mahjong that has existed at the time. Yeah, there was just straight up a dude who signed up to FF14's free trial, literally went as far into the game as you needed to go just to unlock Mahjong, and then only ever exclusively played Mahjong, and if I remember right, he was like one of the, if not like a world champion, then still like a very notable Mahjong player. This is a rubber dunk. This is a rubber dunk.
Oh, dunk.
But yeah, I got a lot of the Yakuza games just from like Humble Bundles and stuff over the year. Or not bundles, but like their monthly stuff, so like, I've got them. I could check them out. So I suppose it's just a matter of when. Let's see, so this would have to be crossed out. Space 1, 2, 3, 9. This is crossed out. Okay, so this is nothing. These go here. Oh, this goes here. There we go. Had a hard time waking up lately. Good morning. Oh, is it morning in your area? Well, hey, good morning. Whereabouts in the world are you situated then, if it's morning for you? Because it's like, almost 9 p.m. here. That's wild. Time zones, huh? I'm gonna guess maybe like Australia or something similar. You have a spare Yakuza 3 key from an old Humble if I'm interested or comfortable. It's very nice of you to offer. I'm pretty sure I also have a Yakuza 3 key from like a Humble bundle or like a monthly deal, so I appreciate it, but I also think I own that one. Oh, you're doing a night shift. Okay, I see. I have a couple of friends actually that, you know, do like night shift type work, and so they end up like waking up like much later in the day, which is wild. I used to like sometimes have to do rotating night shift stuff for my previous job. And that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to quit, was because they kept, like, changing the sort of, like, rules about who would have to do it and when and how, and it kept, like, kind of fucking up my sleep schedule, and I was like, wow, this is, like, bad for my fucking body and health. I should probably get the fuck out. Three and one. Yeah, but yeah, I would just, like, straight up sometimes be like, okay, by the way, tomorrow you're working from, like, 6 until 2 in the morning, and then you have to come in normal time the next day, and it was just like... Huh? You sure? Specifically just because they didn't want to, like... I don't even remember the reason why, it was some dumb horse shit. And they kept, like, specifically changing the rules for, like, who would have to do it, and, like, when and how often, and it was just kind of like, literally everyone hated it, including, my fucking manager. Bless his heart. He was, like, one of the first people to just be like, yeah, this is awful. This is bad. Why are you making my people do this? This is really bad. But, it didn't amount to much, unfortunately. Yeah, I seen people float around the word clopen to describe that, and every time I see that word, it makes my skin crawl. Foul mouthfeel on that word. Let's see. Wait. This is wrong. This is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Some words just feel real gross when they roll off your tongue, don't they? I guess that is fitting for something like Clopen to describe how fucking awful, working a closing shift and then working opening immediately the day afterwards is. I suppose in that case it is apt, but, you know, still don't enjoy the mouthfeel of it, even if it is warranted. Mouthfeel, though. Now, mouthfeel is a great fucking word. Words? Multiple words? Sometimes one word? I don't know. But I like describing the mouthfeel of things. It's... Something is very deeply funny, and always will be, about the idea of, like, taking, terms for describing, like, shit like wine tasting and, like, applying it to anything else. Oh, the two would have to be here, right. Which means... There we go. Two would have to be here. What's this at then? Listen. There we go. Two. Also, Clopen makes me think someone is just, like, unable to correctly pronounce, like, the sound a horse makes when its hooves hit the ground.
Like, oh yeah, there was a lot of horses cloping around the other night.
Everyone's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, Greg? What is Clopen?
Well, you know, when a horse is like running along the ground, it's like it's cloping.
Come on, Greg.
You know, when everyone's waiting for a secret surprise act at the start of a concert, and they go hog wild when they hear Lil Wayne cloping behind the stage.
Come on now. Greg, at this point you're just fucking with us, aren't you? Granted, I say that knowing full well I've also had a number of awful word pronunciations myself in my life. It simply happens. Just gotta learn to have a laugh about it.
The distinctive cloping of Lil Wayne behind the stage.
God. Something about the... So... This is a hell of a segue, I suppose. I don't really spend a lot of time on Tumblr nowadays. Like, every now and then I'll get like a series of messages or whatever being like, oh my god, Holly, I can't believe you don't know about this thing that's like making the rounds on Tumblr or whatever. Like, I had that happen recently. I answered a message about, I don't know, some wizard thing, and it was like... It was something, like, someone was trying to ask me about, like, a blog that exists, and I was just, like, doing a bit about it instead, and then, like, a million people were like,
Oh my god, I can't believe she doesn't know about the blog. This is it, I have to tell her all about it.
and it's like, first of all, I know about the blog. I don't like it. I would have felt weird just being like, oh, thanks for sending me this thing, I hate it, like, fucking publicly, on, like, you know, like, that feels weird. It's just something I don't like, and I don't want to put some random person on blast for it, you know? Second of all, I'm 27. Scrolling through Tumblr is not my hobby, and my life is infinitely better for it. I have to worry about, like, paying bills and stuff. So, like, it's always wild to me when people are like, oh, I can't believe you don't know about, like, X or Y Tumblr flavor of the day or whatever, because it's like, why would I? I live under a rock. All that said, God, I fucking love the running joke of Lil Wayne just having hooves. It's really fucking funny. All because of that one picture of him in the jacuzzi. Literally just because of that. It's really good. Thank you, Cowboy Called Mal, for the 9-month resub.
Those are his fucking hooves.
Those are his fucking hooves, you bitch! Thank you very much, I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Going through your old Tumblr the other day and you saw the whole series of posts for the first time in forever and you just lost it? It's good posts, is the thing. I need a drink. Think we don't do a great job of communicating to teens at all that life is a process of just having exponentially less energy to care about tangential bullshit? I mean, yeah, that's certainly part of it. It's just... I have seen so many, fucking comments, over the past year or so, just about, like, in reference specifically to, like, dumb stream jokes that, like, me and my friends have done, where people were like, oh my god, well, I really liked HLVR, but I can't believe these guys are so out of touch now. Specifically just because our jokes weren't, like basically the Tumblr flavor of the month, which is, like, really, really funny, but also, like, weird thing to say and care about when all we're doing is just, like, you know, saying dumb shit, you know? Like, it wasn't even in the sense of, like, oh, they said something that was, like, hurtful or whatever. It was literally just like, oh, I don't like the joke that they're making. They must be out of touch. It was just like... huh? It's just... Not even like, oh, I can't believe the nerve of this person saying that. It was just like... such a moment of just thinking, like, wow, I live completely different life, like a completely different life from this person, huh? That's wild. Like, very much just having this moment of like, oh yeah, I see myself when I was younger, in this, when I thought that, like, the circle of the things I know comprised the whole world, and then one day, you know, I realized, no, the world is very large, and I'm very small. I feel like this goes without saying, but, like, you know, I have not at all remembered who this person is. Please don't, like, go seeking them out or being a shitty weirdo to them, because that's awful. Don't do that. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you people that, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. I'd like to think y'all wouldn't try that sort of thing, but never hurts to be explicit about that. The two would go here, and the one here. What's this? It's perfume. I thought it was like weird cherries until I saw the color, and then I was like, that's not fruit. Somehow there's still people who think witch hunting people for harmless bullshit is an okay idea. I don't get it. I've never really gotten it. It's just like, I don't know. People are different, it's fine. People are allowed to have, like, different senses of humor. I was a dumb, shitty teen once. I had a lot going on in my life, and, like, not a lot of ways to get a grips on it, so I would lash out at, like, things that I liked watching or whatever.
Glad to see the eels are back. Oh yeah.
I get it. You know, I just try to be mindful of that, I suppose. Thank you, Sandwich. For the 19 months, I appreciate that. It's why whenever I see someone, like, I don't know, on, like, Twitter or something, like, saying some dumb shit, that reads as, like, oh, this is just, like, a teen or a very young adult getting heated in some way. It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I know how that was. I can just move on with my life, and, like, not put this person on blast, because that would be weird and shitty. And then sometimes I will see people not doing that, and, like, people with, like, weird, like, followings where all they do is just, like, you know, retweet or quote retweet people just being like, oh, I can't believe this person, you're so dumb, get their ass, or whatever, and it's like... I don't understand how you could have the energy for that. I have hobbies, and I barely have the energy for those. What the fuck am I looking for? Let's see, 1, 2... No, so this would have to be crossed out then. Important to have compassion for younger people in that sense? Yeah. I think basically everyone here can relate to the experience of, like, saying or doing something dumb on the internet when they were younger. And so whenever I see that happen, it's just kind of like... Ah. I get it. I was you once. And I just kind of hope, you know, for their sake, that they maybe grow out of it faster than I did. What else can I do in this level? Let's see. We got the 2 here. 2 here. Oh, 1 and 1. There we go. That'll do. Also has a lot to do with cringe culture as well, blah blah blah. Yeah, I've never really got that shit. It was just like, I don't know, I spent fucking years in a group of people at like a young formative age where the general sentiment was like, oh, you care about something? That's fucked up. What's wrong with you? And it made me miserable. And so I got the fuck out. I think liking things is fucking awesome. What else? The 1... Okay, so the 3 has to be down here. Decreasing your online quotient has been the best thing possible for your life. Yeah, I feel that. I basically only ever use, like, social media to, like, talk about my job, or my cat, or, like, I don't know, something I'm enjoying. And I'll just, like, you know, leave a thought on there, and then log off and do something else with my time instead of, like... I don't know, like, trying to be, like, engaging with, like, something and then, like, having that run up with, like, how other people experience a thing or whatever. It's just, I have thoughts on it, and I don't know how to express them all very eloquently, and it just kind of basically amounts to, I don't know. I think it's fucking awesome to care about things and talk about the things you like with your friends. Feel like you need to be in the know all the time, you need to get out of that frame of mind. Oh, I used to be like that too, and it made me fucking miserable. I think it's awesome to just, you know, live under a rock and just... You know, you gotta keep abreast of certain things, because that's life. It's important to be in the know about stuff, but, like, I don't know, you can't, like, spend all of your time, like, expecting, oh, I have to know everything that's constantly happening everywhere all the time, because that's not how being alive works. You gotta, like, eat and sleep and go outside sometimes. Like, it's important to know about the stuff that's, like, going on in the world. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, simply just never look at the news, simply just ignore all the hardship in the world, because that's dog shit. That's dog shit, and I imagine everyone here knows that, but, like... I don't know, I don't really have a sort of neat way to tie this all up in a bow. It's just, you know, this is something I have thoughts about. This is something I think's about. I think the general way to sum that up is, I feel like in general my life, has gotten a lot better since I stopped treating, being on the internet as a hobby, to fill time with, and just more like, you know, it's a thing I use sometimes for specific things. It's a thing I use for my job, it's a thing I use to speak with friends, but like... I don't use, like, Twitter and Tumblr in the same way that I used to when I was younger, and I'm like, better off for it. It's awesome. I simply love logging off. Dandelion. Which is maybe not necessarily, like, super conducive to, the type of work I do, where it's like you want to try and get, more engagement to, like, grow the audience, as it were, and so you can, like, you know, grow, the community, grow revenue streams and things like that, but, like, I don't know, I think you can strike a healthy balance. I certainly try to, at the very least, and, like... I'm not the biggest streamer in the world. I don't think I'm ever gonna be, and I'm fine with that. I like the community I've got. I'm very thankful for the success I've had. It's afforded me the opportunity to do something creative that brings me joy and also helps me pay the bills. Said I am hoping someday, soonish, I'll be able to have the time and the energy, as it were, to maybe field a couple of the more wilder ideas that I want to try and do someday stream-wise. But, you know, easier said than done and all that. These out. What is here? Well, that's kind of you to say, Crewbex. Thank you. These Picross streams always end up being so introspective, but I suppose it's mostly just because I have the chance to mostly just sort of talk more or less unfiltered while also keeping my hands busy. It's fun, I like it. What's this? Eraser. This is for erasing. Every time I do end up, like, getting a little more introspective like this, at least in sort of like an off-the-cuff sort of public setting like this, I always worry that, like, I'm not able to, like, word my thoughts as well as I would like to, and I'm always worried that, like, oh no, I'm gonna, like, stumble over my words and say something that makes me sound like an asshole. And you know, it's happened before. It's probably gonna happen again. That happens to everyone. That's just what being a human is like. But, you know, the worry's still there, because it sucks when it happens. But I guess that's not really sort of limited to, something like this as much as it is limited to just, you know, speaking in general. That's how it be. Need a drink of water. This goes away. This would have to be filled in. Got this 4 here. There we go. Have a hard time getting things across genuinely, especially humor. I feel like I have a really hard time, being able to sort of, you know, put to words, the thoughts what I am having. That's something I feel like I've always struggled with. And I certainly feel like I've gotten better at it over time, but I still feel like I'm not terribly good at it. Which is, I don't know if that necessarily comes off as a surprise, but I feel like maybe it would, given how an aspect of my job basically is just talking, at folks for a while. You would think, oh, well, certainly you would have gotten better at, you know, taking the words out of your brain and just plopping them out there with your vocal cords, right? No. I wouldn't say that. This has got to be a 1. This is all crossed out. This one goes here. This one goes here. Here's our 3. Well, this goes here. And I guess it just goes to show you, from the outside in, you can have this perspective of someone where you think, oh, well, they're clearly, you know, very articulate and talented at what they do and all that, and then, you know, you don't have the perspective of how the person themselves feels and all their perceived flaws and self-doubts. You don't know about the clown chasing after them every night. It's a matter of perspective, I suppose. Doesn't necessarily mean one's more true than the other. You hope the clown trips soon? Hey, you and me both. What is this? Whisk! Go. Oh shit, Rex, enjoy your skull. Take good care of it. You have enough for one skull, shall you? It's your choice. Only you can make this decision. Only you have the power to break these cycles. Hey, Basic Warlord. Enjoy your skull. Congratulations. One of these days I want to see if I can hook up some kind of actual visual overlay for whenever a skull happens, because I think that would be funny. I'm trying to think of if it should be like a, you know, like a normal size sort of pop up, like when a sub or a tip alert happens, or if it should just be like obnoxious, garish, cover up the entire screen type of alert. I think both have value here. Yeah, I know several friends that have set up systems like that, so I am not wanting for, you know, advice in that sort of realm. I know Mira has stuff like that. I know Chess has stuff like that. That's the two I can think of. I thought there was more than that, but that's really the only two I can think of that have sort of setups like that. Made a habit to reply to jokes you think are funny in Twitch chat because you know how it feels when you send a banger and no one responds, even if they all think you were funny. I feel like that's just kind of the nature of the beast, personally. I never really take it personally. I mean, usually I just, like, lurk when I'm watching another stream, but, like, you know, if the streamer and also the chat don't respond to, like, the thing I say, it's like, that's fine. That's just kind of how a stream chat room tends to go. The conversation ebbs and flows, it moves on in different ways. Garbage bag. That's where the garbage goes. Oh, wrong button. Hang on. Fuck. I know there's a way I can, like, disable this so it doesn't keep popping up, but also I enjoy having the sort of Damocles hanging over my head. Keeps me humble. Doing all kinds of stupid shit, and having my sole justification be, yeah, it keeps me humble. It's funny to me. It's funny to me exclusively, but sometimes the best jokes and the only jokes that matter are the ones you make for yourself. This goes here, which means this is our 3. Cross these out. This is a 1. 1 and 1. Can I show you how to play Picross again? Okay. Here's the gist of it. Let me restart, actually, so we can go through it. So here's a Picross puzzle. You've got rows and columns. At the left side of each row and the top of each column, you've got these numbers here. And these numbers represent the number of adjacent squares that you need to fill in. So for instance, this row here has a 3, so we need to fill in 3 squares somewhere. This one has 1, 3, 1, so we need to have 1, some amount of spaces, 3, some amount of spaces, and 1. So that's gotta be somewhere on here. And so it's a logic puzzle where you gotta go around and figure out what fills in where so that you can you know, abide by the criteria of all the rows and columns here. Like, for instance, we got this row of 9, this column of 9 here. And we could fill that in, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you see that no matter what, these 8 squares must always be present, so we can fill that in for sure. Then going off of that, we can fill in these last bits of these rows here. We gotta have a 4 here. A whole bunch of 1s all the way down here. And we can see here there's a 1 here, so this is crossed out. We get 1 space here, and that's a 1. We've got this bit that's supposed to be 8. We can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means these always have to be filled in. These 2 here might be possible places. This one can never be. And then from there, you know, we can build off of here. We've got, this is a 1. All of these are all 1, so we cross all those out. We can see here there's this 2 here, and that fits in perfectly with this 2 and 1. This has to be a 4. This one here is a 1. This is a 3. Here's a 4, and so on and so forth. And so you keep on going through the whole puzzle, building off of these different little clues that you're able to feel out, and then you're able to fill in the whole thing. It's fun. I like it. That's the gist of Picross. This has to go here. So this is a 2. These can't be part of the 4. This has to be a 2 here. This is a 1. This one has to go here. This 8 has to fill in this ways. This is all done. This one has to go here. This one has to go here. And if you're looking at this and thinking, wow, how are you able to do this so fast? I look at this and I get so confused. The answer is because I've played a lot of Picrosses before. I have played a lot of Picross in my life before. This is a sandwich, by the way. The puzzles start off, at least in the Picross S series, very small, 5x5. 5x5 is so you can, like, start to really understand some of the, like, how it works, and then it sort of slowly eases you to, like, 10x10, and then, like, gets bigger as time goes by. Like, eventually we get to 15x15. I think the biggest these go is 20x15. But there are also bigger puzzles you can get, and so it's, you know, it's like anything. You get better at it as you spend more time doing it. Unable to play Picross while talking, so that's impressive. I mean, I appreciate the compliment. I don't really know what to say other than I'm built different. There are certain things that I am incapable of doing, while also trying to talk, and there are certain things I'm incapable of doing, while other people are, like, talking at me or around me. Picross has never been one of them. I have always been exceedingly good at multitasking when it comes to this sort of logic puzzle. And I don't know why. All Brains is different. Chances are no Brains is really ever going to be the same, and so, you know, people have different skill sets. People are good at different things. People are more easily able to do certain things than other people. That's just being alive. And so you don't gotta disparage yourself necessarily, if, you know, you're not able to do what I'm doing right now in quite the same way that I'm able to. That's fine. I'm sure there's plenty of things that you're good at that, you know, I'm absolutely dog shit at for whatever reason. I think what matters is having fun more than anything. At least when it comes to stuff like this. So, you know, if ever you, like, watch a stream of me doing something like this and you're like, oh, I'm intimidated, I don't get it, I'm not able to do it, in the same way that Holly's able to do it, so what's the point? I guess my response to that is, well, the point is, you have fun with it. It's not a contest. It's Picross. You can take as long or as slow as you want with it. Shoutouts to all the pair. this preceding Picross was dedicated to Rick Ross. What was that commercial that played as a kid that was like, nobody's good at everything, but everybody's good at something? Oh god, yeah, classics of Canadian advertising. There was this one ad that used to play in the, late 90s, early 2000s, from I guess a group called Concerned Children's Advertisers. They basically just had a bunch of PSAs about stuff like, oh, it's important for kids to get exercise, it's important for kids to go outside, stuff that's generally, like, it's important for kids to ask questions about the North American house hippo and things like that. And so they had one where the message was basically just like, oh yeah, lots of people have lots of different talents, and it's not necessarily like a jab against you if there's something you're not good at, someone else is good at, because there's other things that you're good at, you know? And I think it's a good message, but also, the commercial's way of showing that was, at one point a kid is just like, my thing's sound effects. Here's a T-Rex. And also one person was like, oh, what's your thing? Bugs. And they just showed like a bunch of bugs, like taxidermied in like glass cases and stuff. Extremely fucking funny. I think about it fairly often. It's always in the back of my head. North American House Hippo was another one from that group where the whole thing was like, oh, here's an advertisement about an animal that lives in North America. It's a small hippo, and it lives in households, kind of like a rat or something, and they're docile, and they mostly eat just like food that you leave on the ground, like peanut butter and stuff like that. They sleep a lot, and they collect like bits of dust and linen to make nests. They sleep about 16 to 20 hours a day. And the whole thing was just, okay, so we took some footage of hippos, and we like spliced and superimposed it over this footage of like someone's house to make it look like it was an actual tiny hippo, but actually it was just edited. And so it's important for you, the child, to see things on TV, and even if it looks like it's something that could be real to you, it's important for you to think, is that actually real? Could it be true? And, you know, to like ask a parent or a friend and to think about that sort of stuff. It kind of missed the mark a little bit in the sense that a lot of kids watched it, and instead of going, oh yeah, that did look real, I should ask questions, it made a lot of kids go, what the fuck? Little hippos are real? Why can't I find them in my house? Though I guess the little kid wouldn't go, what the fuck, because they're like, what, 4? That's just something I do because I like saying fuck. Yeah, like, they made the hippo look so cute. I wished they were real so I could have one in my house. I wanted a little guy to walk around and, like, sleep in my closet. That would have been so awesome. Imagine if there was just a little fucking guy that slept in your closet. I mean, I guess that's what a cat could be. But Lola doesn't like sleeping in closets, so it's not the same. Hey Holly, me and my partner have been thinking of moving to Canada. Being a Canadian yourself, what are your opinions on living there? Extra info, we're both queer, so we take those things into account. I'd say in some regards, it's, you know, better, than the States, especially as far as, you know, like, being treated, with reasonable amounts of respect just for being a gay person who is alive goes, But there's also the sentiment that, like, oh, Canada's, like, leagues ahead of the States in sort of, like, you know, progressive social movements and things like that, when it's kind of not. There's a lot of shit here that's bad that just kind of gets like swept under the rug because Canadians like to live under the veneer of, oh no, we're the kindly good neighbors to the north and all that. But you know, it's like any country. It's got its problems. I wouldn't say it's a bad place to come and live though. I would say as far as like really like hateful laws being placed into action that are like very, very anti-queer and things like that, I'm gonna say probably better than the States in general, but you know, just that's something you'd be more you'd probably be better off like looking into that yourself, because there's also like, you know, some provinces you should probably avoid, like I've heard some stories from some friends, like, you know, living out in the prairies where like some people are like really shitty about that sort of stuff. Quebec has a lot of problems with that as well. Our fucking premier is constantly just like, oh yeah, systemic inequality isn't a thing, and my entire proof for that is the dictionary description of systemic, and that means there's no problems like that ever. Not how it works, but that's not stopped him from saying that. Constantly. Yeah, fucking Legault is a joke. Everything he fucking says is just like, I can't believe this man is in a seat of power. It's a bit of a mess. We're thinking about Quebec, gotta learn more about the provinces. I wouldn't necessarily say, no, never move to Quebec. There's a lot. I think there's a lot about Quebec, especially around Montreal, that is, like, you know, that is good, that is, that makes it, like, a nice place to live. You know, it's just about, like, doing your research and setting your expectations. As far as, like, specific places in Quebec, like Montreal itself tends to be more accepting of that stuff than, like, you know, the more rural areas. You should also probably have a decent grasp of French, or at least be able to learn other languages. Like, yeah, I would say Quebec is very queer-friendly. Quebec is also very, very multicultural, and, you know, in spite of the lawmakers being, occasional clueless, out-of-touch, shitty, like, rich dickbags, like, I don't know, there's quite a bit that's good about it. Saw someone talk about Vancouver being expensive. Vancouver is ludicrously expensive. You probably cannot afford to move to Vancouver. There's the rest of BC, though. There is the entire rest of British Columbia, however. Vancouver is just one part of BC. It's like how not all of Washington State is Seattle, I suppose, is the analogy I can think of for the America heads out there. Also, it was a pepper. Yeah, BC in general is a little pricey, though. It's, unfortunate. The housing market is a bit of a mess there, but, like, you know, it's a bit of a mess everywhere. That's how it goes. Washington's very diverse when it comes to the different cities. God, yeah, it's wild. Like, every time I've been to Washington State, I've always just been kind of blown away by just, like, I guess the biodiversity of it. Just, like, there's, like, There's wetlands, and there's forests, and there's deserts. It's, I don't know, it's really cool. Very cool place to visit. Need more water. I wish it wasn't quite as expensive to travel to the States. It would be nice to be able to visit friends more often. I mean, I suppose also, you know, shit like COVID is a concern in that regard. Here's this. Truly did not know what British Columbia was till some days ago. From Argentina, so you're completely out of touch with that. Hey, that's fine. I know very little about places outside of Canada because I've never really had to know about them. I've never lived in them. I'm never gonna give anyone shit for not knowing, like, every single bit of detail about, like, the geography of a foreign country. It's like, I don't know, don't you have more important things to do? Why would you be an expert? It's not your job. Oh, this one would have to go here. Oh, why are people talking about gooey ducks? I feel like I missed something in chat. Don't think you've ever thought about British Columbia for over a second? You now have thought about British Columbia manually for 2 seconds. I've just made you do it. You are like a puppet and once again you dance on my strings? This goes here. This would have to go like this, which means this is here. There we go. Cross that out. There we go. There. Triangle. That's a pretty color on that. Oh, are people only just now discovering what gooey ducks are? Gooey duck is classics of animal. It's a great shellfish to look at. I like that it's pronounced gooey duck, even though it's, you know, not spelled anything like that, at least according to the rules of phonetic English. I always thought that was something charming about it. We don't pronounce it like that, but we never change the name of it. Dug up so many gooey ducks when you were a kid? Damn, like with your hands? Wild. It's I don't know why it's wild for me to think that there are people that have lived in close proximity to gooey ducks. Specifically. To me, for some reason, gooey duck is like a fantasy animal, even though I know it's very much real. I've just never thought in my life that me would ever be anywhere near one, so I just kind of assumed no one would ever be. Which, you know, doesn't make sense when you give it more than 2 seconds of thought, because, you know, fishmongers and stuff. Well, that's how the brain works sometimes, you know? Sometimes something feels like it's so far removed from, like, your lived experience that it might as well not exist, which is kind of wild. Here's a 2. There we go. Here. What do we get? Like British Columbia? Yeah, exactly like British Columbia. Also, that was a mint leaf. I hope I get a Gooey Duck Picross too. That would be the all-time best. Here's a 2. Here's a 2. Here's your 6. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. I'm feeling very... What's the word to describe it? I'm feeling very zen. I'm feeling very blissed out. I'm very relaxed. And it's making me kind of sleepy because for the past couple of nights, I've made the gamer's mistake of staying up late to play a video game. I think the other night I was up until like 3 in the morning just because of like Final Fantasy, and I was like, shit, I should maybe not do that. That's not healthy. That's not good for me. I woke up and I just felt awful after doing that, and I was like, I should try to avoid doing that. And then last night, I didn't do it on quite the same level, but I stayed up until like almost 2 in the morning. Then I was like, ah, damn, fuck, I did it again. Shit. And so, I know there's no way I'm gonna be playing more of that game tonight just because, the queues for people trying to log into the server are very long, so I'm not gonna have the time to get in after stream. So I might wrap up soonish, just like, I don't know, read a book for a while. Go to bed at a reasonable hour, that sort of thing. But I'm still having fun doing Picross and hanging out and chatting with folks, so... Hey, Strum! Excited for when the queues calm down? Yeah, between, like, the stream I did, what was talking about, you know, the story of the game and how to play it and stuff, and, just, like, you know, talking about the expansion in general with some friends, I got, like... a couple folks I know interested in playing it, and I was like, ah, I'm so excited for you. I'm sorry that you're not going to be able to play it for the next little while, though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2. Here's a 3. Here's a 3. Calling shots hours in advance of I will want to play this evening, maybe? What, do you mean like me playing it? No. I played for a couple hours today already. I'm not gonna want to play more. Are pissy shitties a real thing? No, that was a Tumblr post that a friend of mine made when she was a teenager. And people were like, oh, this is clearly a real thing, I've gotta try it now, and I like it, and it's just like... Bro, what? Why? people, like, actually doing and eating pissy shitties is, like... Imagine if people kept insisting that a pear wiggler was a real thing and kept trying to make a real-life pear wiggler. Octopus, by the way. Ba-ba-ba. 6 here. Fuck did you just walk in on? Picross. We're playing Picross. Right now I'm feeling in the squares. My favorite part of the day. I say that like it's a thing I do daily. It is not. But it's my favorite part of the day whenever I do it. God, that just makes me think of, there was some Disney cartoon. What was it? I think it was The Weekenders. And there was this one joke in it, where at one point a character just says, like, oh, this is the happiest day of my entire day. And I don't know, I've just been obsessed with that joke for years. I think about it a lot. The Weekenders was a good show. I liked it. It was like the one, of the like sort of Disney early to 2000s cartoons I really watched, aside from like The Proud Family. Good shows from what I remember. And I am terrified to try rewatching them to this day because I don't want to somehow you know, spoil the memory by realizing that it's something I don't enjoy nowadays, you know? What do I think of the Mega Picross puzzles? Were Mega Picrosses in S1 or S2? Because I don't really remember having done any. So I don't think I've ever done one. Oh, wait, no, is Mega Picross like the... Hang on a sec, hang on a sec. Let me just double check something on the main menu. Do you want to view the tutorial? No. Okay, yes, I have done Mega Picrosses before. I am really bad at them. I am fucking horrible at Mega Picross. And so every time I've streamed a Picross game, I've just kind of gone like, okay, I'm just gonna save the Mega Picrosses for my own time instead of streaming them because I'm very, very bad at them in comparison to like normal Picrosses. Oh, that tune is jazzy though. Holy fuck, okay. Damn, they changed that. Awesome. It used to just be the normal puzzle completion music, now it's like, it's fucking funky. Awesome. How much do these games cost? They're like, what, I want to say like $10 or something on the eShop, maybe less, maybe a little more. They're not super, super costly. They're like more than $5, but they're not like super expensive video games. Let's see, this goes here. And like for the 10-ish or so bucks you spend on one title, you get like a ton of puzzles in it, so I'd say it's very much worth the price if you're able to afford it. And I suppose you could always just go on like a free Picross website if you just want to solve the puzzle, but I also like seeing the fun picture it forms at the end, and like a randomly generated Picross site isn't necessarily going to give you a fun picture, you know? That's part of the fun to me, is figuring out, what is this supposed to be? Like, this one is a strawberry. This one is a strawberry. If you want to tolerate ads and stuff, there's also mobile apps. Yeah, my phone, like, can't really run games. So I never use mine for that sort of stuff. I mostly just use it for, like, to text people. Even then, it kind of struggles in that regard sometimes. Or to, like, listen to music, basically. That's what phone is to me. The only time I ever really use, my phone to, like, watch Twitch, is when I just need, like, basically background noise for when I'm, like, doing a workout or having a shower or something. Otherwise, it's like, well, if I want to sit down and watch a stream, I'll just, like, do it on my computer, on, like, my nice monitor. This one nice Picross site you used to use where all the puzzles are community made and all the comments are like, lovely picture, I love birds. Oh, that's sweet. That sounds nice. There's also a couple Picross games on like Steam and stuff. There's one, I don't remember what it's called. I picked it up a while ago, but it does have just like a Steam Workshop support, so people can upload their own puzzles. I thought of maybe streaming that someday. I specifically did buy S3 the other day because I knew I would be able to, like, by like having one that's not locked to Steam, I would be able to play it while also waiting for, like, MMO queues, so... Also, the portability is nice, but, you know, I don't have much of a reason to really travel too much outside of, like, going for walks, which I like doing regularly, but also going for a walk is not really conducive to also playing Picross on the go, especially not when it's snowing outside. That's just a recipe for disaster, I think. There was one time, though, during the summer... PictoPix, that's what it's called. Thank you, Hardcore Kimberly. That's the one on Steam that I was thinking of. There was one time during the summer, I went for a walk out to a local park. I had, like, a backpack with me that had, like, a sandwich and some drink and a little towel to sit on and a book and my Switch, and I, you know, had a little picnic for myself. I watched birds for a while, had a lunch, read for a bit, did a Picross for a bit. It was nice. Parakeet, by the way. Can't so much do that right now because, you know, it's starting winter, but it's nice to think about. Picnics is nice. There we go. Here's a 2. This can't be a 2, so this is... I think I can hear, like, trains outside, which makes me smile. You go to a picnic and you eat the blanket? No, no, no. That's not good for you. It's I mean, you can do that, but you shouldn't. That's not the type of fiber that's really good for the insides. The blanket is for the ants to eat. They're able to digest it. You placate the ants by bringing a towel. And so they don't want to eat your food. The ants will eat your sandwich if you, eat their towel. Hey, good night, Onion Bubs. Oh, yeah. I thought it was someone else for a second. No, it is Onion Bubs. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Was worried for a second I misread the username and I was like, wait, shit, did I just tell the wrong person good night? Oh no. This is the end of my career. It's all over. There we go. This game's got a nice soundtrack. I like it. I remember thinking the soundtrack for Picross S1 and S2 was just kinda... I don't know, kinda whatever, it wasn't bad. But, I'm listening to this song and I'm thinking, yeah, I really like this. Thanks for hanging out, Neon Cherries. You have a wonderful rest of your day. It's got a nice beat to it. I think best Picross game soundtrack by far is still, far and ahead Murder by Numbers. That's, I mean, Murder by Numbers is hard to top in a lot of regards. But, one of them for sure is definitely the soundtrack. Man, what a good game that was. I do hope they're able to make a sequel someday, but, even if they don't necessarily get to do that, I am looking forward to whatever the team gets to work on next. Been meaning to play that game? It's really good! I played through and streamed basically the whole thing. Aside from, like, one of the optional puzzles, which I had to go back and unlock, I think. I did it on my own time, but, man, really, really good game. Holly, want you to know you single-handedly ended my month-long art block with the Benry stream that you did. Hey, happy to hear that. I'm glad me playing with toys for a couple hours was able to help you out somehow. Thanks for tuning in. I love just describing that stream as me playing with toys. It's so fucking funny. Loaf of bread? White bread. No asses. Let's solve. Go. 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. And there we go. All done. 1, 2, 3. This is a 1. Cross these out. This has got to be a 2. What else? What else? What else? Well, this can't go here. This goes here. Here's A2 in some way. This can't be nothing. This can't be nothing neither.
How can we help?
This could still be the 1. We don't necessarily know for sure that it's the 3, but this would have to be filled in regardless. Which means this now has to go like this, and this is our 2. I think maybe this will be my last puzzle for the night, and I'll wrap up after this. But this has been fun. I might maybe try and squeeze in another Picross stream this weekend, if I can pry myself away from Final Fantasy. Might be another fun time. There we go. There we go. Wait, no, there's gotta be a 2 somehow, which is oh, wait, no, this is... There we go. It's scissors. It's scissors! Hey, hell yeah. Nice done. We're what, 60 puzzles in? You'd love to see it. There's how many total? Normal Picrosses, at least. There's 150. Plus, you know, the Mega Picrosses, of which there are also 150. You got the Color Picrosses, which I don't even know anything about. But there's 30 of those. Clip Picrosses, which are huge ones consisting of multiple bits, which you unlock by doing other Picross puzzles. So there's a whole lot in this game. It's a neat little time. But I think that'll do it for tonight. Hooray! Thank you for
Oh no.
Point of advice. This...